This is an entrepreneur interview for MHR 422. This is Cameron Hoff, and I'm talking with my dad, Jeffrey Hoff. And tell us a little bit about your company and what you do.
We do property maintenance. We mainly take care of townhouses. Everything associated with taking care of the property. We do the irrigation, lawn care, snow removal, other maintenance issues to garage doors, whatever comes up.
Okay, what were you planning to do in college, and how did college help you prepare for your job?
Uh, I went to college basically because I wasn't sure what I was going to do, and that was what everybody else was doing. Um, I was going to get a degree in American Studies and possibly go into marketing, but in hindsight, I don't think, or I knew at the time that I probably wasn't going to do that, and I always wanted to own my own business. But I'm still glad I went. I met a ton of my great friends, uh, and it was a great experience. Just opened my eyes to a lot of things.
Okay, so if school didn't really help you prepare, then what motivated you to start your business?
When I was very young, I started working for a neighbor. Um, at age 10, I started working for their family farm. I worked with this guy. He bought his own asphalt maintenance company. Uh, During that time, I worked for him all through college, and then I had another neighbor that was a good friend that owned rental businesses, and I guess I was always around those guys, and I liked their lifestyle, their ability to do what they wanted, when they wanted, and how they wanted. And I guess because of that, I knew pretty early on that I wanted to own my own business, do my own thing.
Awesome. What are some of the positive and negative outcomes throughout your entrepreneurial activity?
Positive outcomes. I love it. I love working for myself. I love making decisions, and I like seeing the outcome of my work. It's very satisfying. It's financially great. Uh, and I guess the negatives are it's really long hours. Um, there's, I guess, a little more dedication than if I just had a job with somebody where you just clock out and you're done. Don't have to think about it. It's pretty much 24 hours a day. There's something on your mind or something you got to do or you're thinking about, so you're never really done, but well worth it.
If there was anything you could change about the negatives without altering your business, is there anything you would think about doing?
Oh, what do you mean?
Or like cutting back on your hours and hiring more people or stuff like that, adjustments?
Yeah, I think I think over time that just naturally happens. Uh, the longer I do this, the more efficient we get, the easier it becomes, the more free time I have to do exactly what I want. So I don't think I would change anything. I think that's something that just comes with time and experience.
Okay. Um, what was the hardest part about starting up your business?
It was a ton of work. When I started, right out of college, I bought a dairy herd. That was my first endeavor, and I worked 3 years. I had a 3-year loan on on the operation, the cattle, and my goal is to pay them off in 3 years. And so for 3 years, I worked 7 days a week, and a minimum I'd start at 4:30 in the morning, and I'd get done with my stuff. Then I'd go work for somebody else all day. Then I'd come back and work for myself until about 8 o'clock at night. That was every day, 7 days a week for 3 years.
How old were you? Like what time frame was that?
I think I was 24, I think, about.
Okay.
So it was a ton of work. More work than most people do.
So it was harder at the front end. It just took more work to get going.
Yep.
What'd you do after that? Is that when you just started?
So I paid off the cows in 3 years, and I sold them for almost double what I paid for them, and that was the capital I used to start my business and pay for our first home.
If you could start all over, would you do it again? Would you do more for your business? Would you do less? Or would you do something just completely different other than lawn care and property management?
I'd definitely do it again. I could never see myself working for somebody else. And if I would, I guess I would say there was a time when I first started, when I had a little more energy, that there's a time where I kind of got bored with what I was doing. It became kind of too easy, where it wasn't as challenging as I was used to. And I think at that point I could have switched and done something else and kind of rejuvenated my drive and interests. But for many reasons, I just kept doing it, and now it's to the point where I don't think I would do anything else. But there was a time that I would have probably switched gears. Now I'm maybe looking into branching into a couple other things just to diversify.
What did you think about doing for switching? Like, what were your ideas?
I really didn't have any particular idea.
You were just bored?
I just knew, I believed in myself, knew that whatever I did, I could be successful at it. So I didn't have a grand plan or anything, or a specific thing I wanted to do.
Okay. What are you thinking about doing, branching out? What are you thinking of?
As I get older, just trying to find stuff that's not as labor intensive. Yeah. Rental properties are on the horizon. Possibly storage units. Just something that's not so labor intensive.
Okay. And lastly, what is the social value of your work?
I've met a ton of people. We have well over 250 clients, and you get to know them all, and just doing charitable work in the community with the Booster Club and the church. You just meet a ton of people. It's definitely a huge plus.
How do you think your company and your work adds to the social environment of Hudson and where you operate?
I don't know if it's that deep of a question.
Or at least the areas that you work in.
Yeah, we we're extremely proud of our work. It's very rewarding to see our neighborhoods and people love our neighborhoods because they're always well maintained, beautiful, uh, just a nice place to be. People like to drive through our developments because they always look so good. So it's rewarding. I don't know if it's what social value that has, but it's rewarding.
Okay, well, this concludes the interview. Thanks, Dad.
No
Goodbye.
problem.